neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
We can't afford to wait that long.
Who's we?
Chris Evans is about to rock the MCU harder than Thor at a Led Zeppelin concert. Yep, the man who once made "I can do this all day" a personality trait is officially back for Avengers Doomsday. But before you start sewing your Team Cap flags again, pump the brakes. It's not that simple. Word on the street is, Chris Evans might not be our goody two-shoes Steve Rogers this time. No, Marvel seems ready to mess with our emotions on a spiritual level. Rumor has it we're finally getting Hydra Cap. That's right, Chris Evans as a full-blown Hydra agent. Somewhere a bald eagle just shed a single tear. This move honestly makes perfect sense if you think about it. Marvel's been playing the nostalgia card like a drunk uncle at a wedding. They pulled Robert Downey Jr. back into the mix too, but here's the twist, he's Dr. Doom now. Not Iron Man, Dr. Doom. It's like Marvel's throwing a what-if party and forgot to tell Logic it wasn't invited. Now, let's be clear. Evans showing up doesn't guarantee Hydra Cap. Technically, it could be any multiverse version of Steve. But when the most reliable scoopers start whispering, "Hail Hydra" behind closed doors, you start paying attention. And let's be honest, bringing back classic Cap would just step on Sam Wilson's toes. Sam just got the shield. Let the man breathe. Marvel isn't stupid. They know if they drop pure untouchable Steve Rogers back into the mix, half the audience is gonna start side-eyeing poor Sam like he's holding it wrong. Plus, the multiverse opens the floodgates for this kind of chaos. If you thought Earth 616's Avengers had trust issues before, wait until they have to work with a version of Steve who probably has a Hydra or Die bumper sticker on his Quinjet. I'm telling you, the therapy bills alone would wipe out Wakanda's GDP. And look, Chris Evans isn't exactly playing hard to get with Marvel. He already popped up in Deadpool and Wolverine as the Human Torch again. Flame on, baby! He clearly doesn't mind revisiting his old roles, especially when Ryan Reynolds is involved. Evans even said he'd do anything for Ryan, which sounds suspiciously like the setup for a Deadpool joke that writes itself. As for Captain America, Evans has been a little more cagey. He's called it the dearest role to his heart, but also said maybe it's better to leave it in the past. Translation? I'll come back, but only if you let me go absolutely feral with it. Enter Hydra Cap. Probably Haley Atwell is coming back too, and now it really feels like Marvel's about to remix the happy endgame ending like a drunk DJ at 2 a.m. If Steve and Peggy get yanked out of their timeline and thrown into a multiversal war zone full of Dooms, Deadpools, and Hydra scumbags, well, I hope Peggy packed her punching gloves. Now, if you're thinking, wait, didn't we already get a little wink at this in Endgame during the time heist? Yep, we did. Remember when Cap whispered "Hail Hydra" in that elevator? We laughed. We thought it was just a joke. Turns out Marvel might have been playing 4D chess while we were still trying to figure out how many Infinity Stones there are. Comic fans also saw this coming a mile away. Nick Spencer's run already gave us a version of Cap who was secretly a Hydra sleeper agent his whole life. People lost their minds. The backlash was so bad, Marvel had to pull the classic Cosmic Cube reality rewrite card just to calm everybody down. Eventually, they split Hydra Cap and Good Cap into two separate dudes, like a superhero divorce settlement. So if Marvel lifts from that playbook, we could have our cake and eat it too. Good Steve, bad Steve, multiverse madness. Everybody wins, unless you're still emotionally recovering from Endgame. In that case, maybe schedule a few extra therapy sessions now. Let's rewind a bit. This whole Hydra Cap madness started back in 2016 in the comics. Captain America Steve Rogers #1, Steve drops a "Hail Hydra" and the fandom went into cardiac arrest. People were burning comics, flipping tables, crying into their Captain America pillows. It was beautiful chaos. Here's how it went down in the comics. After Secret Wars reset the Marvel Universe, Steve Rogers got old, like needs a life alert old. Then some weird prison town called Pleasant Hill popped up, basically a place where supervillains got brainwashed into being good, thanks to a living cosmic cube named Kobik. She looked like a sweet little girl, but had the power to warp reality like it was a Sims game. Well, Kobik, bless her creepy little heart, got brainwashed herself by Hydra and the Red Skull. So when she fixed Steve Rogers, she didn't just roll back the wrinkles, she swapped him with a version from another reality, a version raised by Hydra since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. This Steve didn't fight for freedom, he fought for world domination. Under Daniel Whitehall's creepy mentoring, he played the long game, infiltrated the US, took the super soldier serum, became the star-spangled face of America, all while secretly working for Hydra. And it got darker. Hydra Cap wasn't some Saturday morning cartoon villain. He took out Maria Hill, became director of S.H.I.E.L.D., passed laws to give himself absolute power, and started full-blown wars. In Secret Empire, he literally ran the United States like it was a Hydra theme park. It was nuts, it was brutal, it was awesome. Eventually, the real Steve Rogers came back, threw hands, and beat the traitor version into the dirt. Justice served. But Evil Cap didn't just go away, he kept popping back up like a bad rash, even getting involved with mutants later on, trying to frame them and spread mutant hate. Nice guy, huh? So why does this matter for the MCU? Because timing is everything. Chris Evans has always said he wouldn't come back unless it meant something. He didn't want to just dust off the shield for a nostalgia pop, but playing a dark, twisted version of Steve Rogers? That's juicy. That's steak dinner after a year of eating salads. And think about it. With the MCU deep in multiverse chaos, it makes perfect sense. You don't even have to retcon anything. Just pluck Hydra Steve out of a Doom timeline and drop him into ours like a big, angry middle finger. Now, some folks are worried that Avengers Doomsday is already too crowded, but here's the thing. Doom and Hydra Cap could actually work together. Think about it. Doom's running the multiverse game, and Hydra Cap shows up offering loyalty, or betrayal, or both. It's a villain buffet. Grab a plate. Even if Hydra Cap doesn't get the full spotlight in Doomsday, just setting him up would be enough. Plant the seed, make us sweat, then drop the real bomb in Secret Wars later on. It's perfect, it's nasty, it's exactly the kind of chaos Marvel needs right now. And Chris Evans? He's the only guy who can pull this off. We already trust him, we love him. So when he turns around and stabs us in the back, emotionally speaking, it's gonna hit 10 times harder. It's like your favorite golden retriever suddenly biting your hand. You'd cry, you'd bleed, but you'd still say good boy through the tears. If you're ready to see Captain America go full Darth Vader mode, smash that like button like Steve smashed that Hydra agent's face in Winter Soldier. Drop a comment and tell me, are you ready for Hydra Cap, or are you still clinging to the Boy Scout dream? And if you want more MCU chaos, wild theories, and emotional damage delivered straight to your screen, hit that subscribe button like you're swinging Mjolnir. Hail Marvel, hail Chaos. Catch you in the next one.